Hello, my name is Muhammad Ikhwan bin Muhammad Nasir. My student ID is 8501230950210002. Currently, I am doing my degree in Bachelor of Information Technology with honors. Today, I am going to give an informative speech. The title of the speech is The E-Learning versus Face-to-Face Learning. Hope you enjoy with my presentation. In this topic, we have 4 main topics. I will try to explain to you each topic. The first topic is what is online learning. The second topic is what is face-to-face learning. The third one is what is blended learning. And the lastly is what are the key differences between e-learning and face-to-face learning. Before we proceed to the first topic, let me give you some introduction of this video. Online learning has never been more popular, with flexible, self-paced learning tools providing information at one's fingertips. Online learning has become the go-to classroom and employee training method option. But can online learning be as effective and efficient as traditional face-to-face learning? In this presentation, we explore key differences between these two learning methods to find which one may be more effective method for organizations and learners. What is online learning? Any type of learning that occurs on the internet could be considered online learning, also known as e-learning. Today, virtual learning is most often used to refer to asynchronous learning material, which allows for learners to engage with instructional material at their own pace from anywhere available at any time. An online learning program encourages self-study and could refer to anything from a digital employee training seminar, such as a LinkedIn learning course, to a full-fledged virtual college degree program. For both classroom and corporate learning settings, learning management systems are utilized to create and publish courses, connect learners and learning materials, monitor progressions, and more. Okay, now, let me give more example or definition of the online learning. The education that takes place online or over the internet is called online learning. Another name for online learning is e-learning. It is the type of education that requires computers, laptops, or smartphones and a high-speed internet connection. Today, online learning is also used in school and college. This method is beneficial in cases where students are living in a remote location. Working professionals who do not have the time to attend a class physically prefer learning online. Individuals who wish to enhance their skill set but do not have the time or resources also engage in this type of education. A lot of institutions worldwide offer e-learning to students who do not have access to a physical classroom. The said type of learning has multiple benefits. It gives ease of learning for students. Individuals can also reschedule the class if they miss it for any reason. This learning focuses on the self-paced learning. Assignment can be completed as per students' convenience. They can evaluate their academic progress. There are millions of online learning courses available on the internet. It offers a wide range of options for students. Students can decide the course as per their area of interest. Some institutions also award a certificate of completion to students when they complete a course, which is useful for their career prospects. This type of learning allows the interaction of students and teachers. It results in the exchange of ideas and opinions. This e-learning also helps the attendance option that ensures that students do not miss classes. Online teaching has a lot of advantages, and a lot of teachers have shifted to teaching online. In this second topic, I will try to describe or define what is face-to-face learning. A face-to-face learning refers to the traditional classroom-based method of learning. This style of learning involves in-person session with an instructor. The pace of learning is set by the instructor, and the students in this setting are passive learners. Face-to-face learning is considered effective due to the benefits of live interaction between the instructor and the learner. Face-to-face education is the most traditional type of learning instruction. Moreover, it is the most common instructional method in which learning materials are taught in person for either one-on-one learning or most commonly a group of students in a closed classroom. In face-to-face education, many tools involved to ensure the best learning process and results for students. They also enable them exercise and interact easily. In the previous topic, we have discussed about what is e-learning and what is face-to-face learning. Okay, now, in this third topic, we are going to discuss about blended learning. Blended learning is the concept of implementing both face-to-face learning and online learning together into a hybrid approach, allowing learners to benefit from both methods of learning. This style of learning is also popular in corporate settings, where learning and development leaders will use data to create an adaptive learning style that is personalized to the needs of different roles and departments. What are the key differences between e-learning and face-to-face learning? This is the last topic in this video. Okay, now, both types of learning can be beneficial depending on the goal of the lesson plan. Here are a few of the most crucial differences between online learning and face-to-face learning. Now let's look at the first key, the learning environment. In a traditional face-to-face learning scenario, classes are planned and structured according to a fixed schedule. This system of learning is thus more disciplined. Classroom learning also happens in a group setting and may spur more discussion, interaction, and involvement. Online learning is more spontaneous when compared to a planned in-person session. Learners may choose to take up a course or a learning module online whenever inspiration or curiosity strikes. Best of all, they can do it at their own pace whenever they choose. Since this kind of learning doesn't involve a live instructor, the learner is by themselves in this setting. The second key is type of learning content. Face-to-face learning method usually only involve traditional learning materials such as textbooks and lecture notes. An online learning session is more interactive in comparison with many different types of training. With the advancement of technology, e-learning modules are supported via digital books, live chat support, community forums, online discussion boards, video and audio materials, interactive quizzes, virtual announcement, and much more. For example, in the slideshow, you can see how enterprise organizations now embed a self-help learning module direct into their digital apps and processes, allowing employees to learn in the flow of work. The next key is pace of learning. The instructor leads the learning pace in a traditional classroom setting, and students are likely to learn passively. There is a little scope for the learner to slow down and relearn difficult concepts in a live, instructor-led scenario, as this hinders the entire group. On the other hand, the learner is free to move at their own pace in a learning setting. They can pause whenever needed and revisit modules for better clarity before proceeding with the rest of the course. With the addition of assessment and interactive tools at various points in the learning module, the learner is no longer passive but is active in the learning process. The first key is types of assessments. In a traditional learning scenario, The instructor often tests students after delivering a fix of learning modules. This is more likely an in-person test that is closely monitored and occurs at a specific date, time, and place. Assessments in learning contexts are generally more flexible when compared to traditional methods. Today, e-learning modules have frequent knowledge check and short assessments in place to ensure that the context has been well received. Exams in an e-learning scenario might be timed and may use screen recorders to ensure integrity. This is the last key: asynchronous versus synchronous interaction. In an online learning scenario, learner-instructor interaction is often asynchronous. With asynchronous learning, the learner is able to study at their own pace, but queries are usually posted on an online forum to be answered by an instructor. This leads to some delay in interaction, which can be minimized via timely virtual support. Traditional classroom-led teaching involves live interaction between an instructor and a student, thus facilitating instant discussions and query clarification. So, which one is better? Is online learning or face-to-face learning? Now, let's look at the conclusion. Both online learning and face-to-face learning methods have their own set of unique advantages and disadvantages. While a lot of learners may still prefer the discipline and familiarity that face-to-face learning brings, there is no denying the immense benefits of online learning. The self-paced nature of e-learning content may be highly favorable to the modern learner, as well as organizations searching for new ways of managing employee development and training in a post-COVID world. This type of learning is more flexible than traditional learning and is generally more practical for learners. However, a lot of learners still prefer the presence of live instructor to assimilate content better because of the unique advantages of instructor-led training. Both learning methods are highly effective in their own ways. Choosing one type of training over another is purely dependent on an individual's learning style and preference, as well as the course material at hand. So, we have reached the end of this video. Hopefully, you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching.